we have another segment. This time, it's gonna be... Let's just create the deck right now. Materiactor. Yes, that is what I've chosen for today. Anyways, if you don't know what's going on, we're trying every archetype. Archetypes may have only 1 or 2 cards in them. The archetypes may be something you've never even heard of. Maybe I can shed insight. Maybe I can help you learn about very unique interactions or cards you never thought of using. Stuff like that. And maybe I can open your eyes to more decks out there, so hopefully this is nice. This one may be a shorter video because I don't have to explain everything anymore. I prefer you go and watch the playlist I've created, trying every archetype, because over time I start explaining more and more things, and that'll help me out and help you out, so that I don't have to explain as much the further we go along with the series. It's like, as you learn new archetypes, you will also end up learning how the mechanics work in the game. The archetype is called Materiactor. Though it only has 3 cards, I like the concept so much I wanna run it. So we're already gonna have to implement some new ideas and plans, but let's hop right into it. We're gonna start off with the main deck monster, Materiactor Gigadra, which is a level 3 Dart Dragon monster with 1000 attack and 1000 defense. That has the effect that you can discard 1 card, special summon 1 level 3 normal monster from your hand or deck. Or if you discard a normal monster to activate this effect, you can special summon 1 Materiactor monster instead. You can only use this effect of Materiactor Gigadra once per turn. You can now special summon monsters from the extra deck except Xyz monsters. Next up, we have Materiactor Gigaboros, which is a rank 3 Dark Dragon Xyz monster with 500 attack and 500 defense. It requires 2 or more level 3 monsters, gains 500 attack and defense for each card in your hand, and you can only use each of these following effects of Materiactor Gigaboros once per turn. You can detach 1 material from this card, attach 1 Materiactor monster from your deck to this card as material. Then, during your opponent's main or battle phase, quick effect, you can add 1 card attached to this card to the hand. I love the art. It has a Slifer-like effect to gain attack, I like that. Next up, we have Materiactor Annulus, which is a normal spell card with the effect that detach 1 Xyz material from a monster you control. Then if the detached material was sent to your graveyard, you can set that card to your field. You can only activate 1 Materiactor Annulus per turn. The archetype consists of only 3 cards, but it has potential to consist of more cards due to how the effects allow you to special summon Materiactor monsters and not just specifically this Materiactor monster. So it has an opportunity to really span out and become a really interesting deck. If Konami wishes to, I don't know, remember this deck exists. Well, basically, this is interesting. So let's find some synergies here. With Materiactor Gigadra, discard a card, special summon a level 3 normal monster from your hand or deck. That's something we can work with. So the main deck monster specializes with normal monsters. And then if you discard a normal monster to activate its effect, special summon a Materiactor monster instead. So if I discard a normal monster for this card's effect, I can then summon another version of itself instead, at the cost of a discard. Kind of interesting. For Materiactor Annulus, I can detach a material from monster control, then if it was sent to the graveyard, I can set the card to your field. So you can kind of see it kind of plays around the XYZ monster, the Xyz here, where whatever's attached can come back, almost. Like even during your opponent's main phase, you can add a card attached to this card to your hand. So this is really funny. I'm kind of considering something really interesting with this deck. Since we don't have much to work with, we cannot make an archetypal test hand because it consists of very few cards. But what we can do is something really funny here. So I'm going to use a little bit of my common knowledge of cards, and I'm going to try something really funny. First, we're working with normal monsters, right? And you can assume in this archetype, we're going to be special summoning strictly XYZ monsters if we have this guy on field. Or we can add a couple of link monsters or something, but we're gonna just play around the boss monster. We're gonna make it strictly in archetype and see what we can work with. Okay, first I'm gonna introduce normal monsters that maybe be level 3, because it may assist us. So how do we look for this type of stuff? Well, undoing this is there's effects, and you can just type in what you're looking for. Or you can go card type, monster, category, normal monster, level 3. And then it'll just search you every level 3 monster you want to use, so that's cool. And then, since normal monsters are normal, sometimes typing matters, sometimes attack matters, because there's a lot of normal monster support, which is very nice. Jerry Beansman is a plant level 3 monster. We can consider one of these. Mad Lobsters and Water Aqua. Sonic Duck is a winged beast. This guy's a pendulum. A Psychic Fire Pendulum. Oh, that could really work. Once per turn, you can target one other face-up card you control, destroy, and if you do, set a Metal Foes trap. We're not worried about that. Hunter Dragon's a dragon. It all depends on what typing and what attributes we want to use to make our plays work, so. Ignite Crusader's a warrior, so we can search this as well. It all depends. This guy's a tuner, so we can probably go into some level 6 synchros. This guy's a fire psychic. There's some plays with that as well. It all depends what you want to look for. There's rocks, wind, winged beasts, reptiles, aquas, about anything you want, they have that. So we're just gonna, that's gonna be the normal monster rundown that we have. Next up, we're gonna search for a little bit of support for certain cards. Like for instance, this guy's a Psychic Fire. I know that there's a card that can help us shoot out level 3 monsters to summon more of these guys, right? Like this card called Emergency Teleport, which is a quick play spell card with the effect to special summon one level 3 or lower psychic monster from your hand or deck, but banish it during the end phase of this turn. Psychic monster, huh? So, chosen by the World Chalice is a psychic monster and is level 3, so I can shoot this out of the deck, which is super nice. Then, Materiactor Gigadra can also discard it to summon another version of itself. It all depends. There's also some pretty good level 3 monsters as well. Like, we can just go through the list if we want. There's this archetype called Speedroids. We're not going to dive into that today, but we are going to look at a couple of the cards that I do like, because one of them just came off the ban list. It's out now at 3. The monster we have here that may help us a lot is Speedroid Terratop, which is a level 3 machine wind monster with 1200 attack, 600 defense. That has the effect that if you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. When this card is normal or special summon, you can add a Speedroid monster from your deck to your hand except Speedroid Terratop, and you can only use this effect of Speedroid Terratop once per turn. So if I control no monsters, it shoots itself out for free, and it can summon another version of it. It can add from deck to hand another Speedroid. And I'm trying to consider which one. Yep. Yeah, this is the one I have in mind. Okay, next up we have Speedroid Takatombord, which is a level 3 wind machine monster with 600 attack, 1200 defense. That has the effect that if you control a wind monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can tribute this card, special summon one Speedroid tuner monster from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except wind monsters. You can only special summon Speedroid Takatomborgs or Borgs once per turn. Nice. So our goal is to use Speedroid Terratop to special summon Speedroid Takatombord, and that will give us a free level 3 XYZ monster to summon, which could be Materiactor Gigaboros. So that's our intention right now. There's also hand traps that also can apply the situation. So do you see how Emergency Teleport can summon a level 3 or lower psychic monster from your hand or deck at a non-once per turn? Pretty strong. If you want to learn about once per turn, non-once per turn, and soft once per turn, go to the last episode. This card, since it's so free, we should look up psychic monsters that are level 3 that can help our strategy. And that's what we're going to do. Alright, I have a couple to the list. So first off, we have some very important introductions here. This other engine is just like Takatombord and Terratop. Psychic Tracker, which is a level 3 Earth Psychic monster with 600 attack and 600 defense. It has the effect that if you control a level 3 monster other than Psychic Tracker, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position, and you can only special summon Psychic Tracker once per turn, this way. A synchro monster that used this card as material gains 600 attack. Cool. And then we have Psychic Wheel Leader, which is a level 3 Earth Psychic Tuner monster with 600 attack, 0 defense. It has the effect that if you control a level 3 monster other than Psychic Wheel Dealer, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. You can only special summon Psychic Wheel Dealer once per turn this way. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can target one monster on the field with attack less than the synchro monster that is used for this card as material and destroy it. You can only use this effect of Psychic Wheel Dealer once per turn. Now, technically there's an engine I can use as well to make this work even more, but we're not going to use that engine, so I may cut out a bunch of stuff. Our level 3 lineup's pretty dang strong. Oh, we also have a hand trap. We learned a little bit about hand traps in the last episode. Okay, I'm gonna stop plugging it. We have Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, which is a level 3 light psychic tuner monster with 0 attack, 1800 defense, and has the effect that when a monster on the field activates its effect, or when a spell trap that is already face up on the field activates effect, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, destroy that card in the field. You can only use this effect of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit once per turn. Having a hand trap that can also be used as material, pretty strong, because Gigaboros on my opponent's turn can add one of my attached cards to the hand. So if I special summon Ghost Ogre using Emergency Teleport and get another Bodium on the field to go into Materiactor Gigaboros, on my opponent's turn I get that hand trap back. It's kind of free, and I like that idea. Let's see if there's a couple cards that can help our strategy for normal monsters. Because Materiactor Gigadra works with normal monsters, so I gotta keep that in mind a little bit. I gotta see if there's any support cards for us. Oh, here's one of them. Unexpected Die, which is a normal spell card with the effect that if you control no monsters, special summon one level 4 or lower normal monster from your deck. Here's a funny card I don't mind using. This card is called Piercing the Darkness, which is a continuous spell with the effect that if you normal or special summon a non-token normal monster except during the damage step, you can draw one card. Then, when an attack is declared involving an opponent's monster and a monster you control that is a level 5 or higher normal monster, or was ritual summoned using a normal, or if it was fusion, synchro, or exile summoned using normal monster's material, you can make that monster you control gain attack equal to the opponent's monster's attack until the end of this turn. You can only use each effect of Piercing the Darkness once per turn. So technically, if we get a normal monster and one of our guys to make Materiactor Gigaboros with Piercing the Darkness on the field, well, just the act of summoning the normal monster would draw us a card. Then if we get into a little attack battle between the Xyz monster and their monster, and it has a normal monster under as material, I can gain attack. I can gain attack equal to that opponent's monster's attack, which means I'll always beat over it. So that's pretty fun, I guess. I like the idea of it. Alright, now we've entered the part where we should just look at all level 3 monsters that we may wanna cook at. So we're not gonna go too crazy. Alright, I just finished, and this is just like a beginner stage, just showing, I guess it's, wait, no, I'm not finished yet, dang it. Alright, now I'm pretty much finished, and this is starting to look absolutely unhinged. Anyways, I'm going to explain every one of these cards. This is just like preliminary, or like what I thought of, pretty much. Like kind of a rank 3 turbo build, super goofy, but it involves the Materiactors, which I kind of like. So yeah, that's gonna be cool. I'm really hoping and coping right now. I'm coping really hard. Anyways, let's get over it. Let's just shoot through all of these because you've got to learn a bunch of new stuff. Alright, first we have the normal monsters of the deck. Toon Warrior. Because it's an Earth Warrior Tuner, that's why I chose it, because it goes into Naturia Barkion. Toon Warrior plus Mystical Sheep makes Barkion, because why not? What else? Chosen by the World Chalice is a good psychic target to summon Emergency Teleport, so that's pretty good as well. Mystical Sheep number 2 is an Earth to go with Toon Warrior, so I can make Barkion. Also, I can go Fusion Conscription for Fusionist to be able to search it, so I don't know. Psychic Tracker, we already did Psychic Tracker. Now we have these new sets, which is Ken and Gen. These are fun cards. Anyways, we have Ken the Warrior Dragon, which is a level 3 light warrior monster with 1300 attack, 1550 defense. It has the effect that, once per turn, at the end of the battle phase, return this card from the field to the hand. You can only use each effect of the following effects of Ken the Warrior Dragon once per turn. During your main phase, you can special summon one Gen the Diamond Tiger from your hand or deck to your opponent's field in defense position. If this card is special summoned by the effect of Gen the Diamond Tiger, your opponent draws 2 cards, then they discard 1 card. Alright, cool. Next up, we have the guy that basically they go hand in hand, so I might as well just throw him here. Gen the Diamond Tiger, which is a level 3 light warrior monster with 800 attack, 2000 defense, which has the effect that, once per turn, at the end of the battle phase, return this card from the field to the hand, just like the other guy. You can only use each of the following effects of Gen the Diamond Tiger once per turn. During your main phase, you can special summon one Ken the Warrior Dragon from your hand or deck to your opponent's field in defense position. Then, if this card is special summoned by the effect of Ken the Warrior Dragon, discard 1 card. So the goal is that these are mandatory effects when special summoned by their counterparts. You get one of them, you use their effect to special summon the opposite, then the opposite uses their effect mandatory, so that either they discard a card, my opponent, or I draw 2 cards and discard 1, which helps filter through the deck. Next up, we have Danger Tsuchinoko, which is a level 3 dark reptile monster with 1300 attack, 0 defense, which has the effect that you can reveal this card in your hand. Your opponent randomly chooses 1 card from your entire hand, then you discard the chosen card. Then if the discarded card was not Danger Tsuchinoko, special summon 1 Danger Tsuchinoko from your hand, and if you do, draw 1 card. If this card is discarded, you can special summon this card. You can only use this effect of Danger Tsuchinoko once per turn, which is pretty dang strong. I like that card a lot. Just more ways to go through level 3s, free special summoning. Drawing, going through your deck is real nice. I'm trying not to add cards that blends with too many other archetypes, because that would make the rest of the episodes kind of weird. You're like, oh, didn't you go over this already? But yeah. Next up, we have Predaplant Orphis Scorpio, one of my favorite cards. It is a level 3 dark plant monster with 1200 attack, 800 defense, which has the effect that if this card is normal or special summon, you can send 1 monster from your hand to the graveyard, special summon 1 Predaplant monster from your deck, except Predaplant Orphis Scorpio. You can only use this effect of Predaplant Orphis Scorpio once per turn. So that's pretty strong. It's a level 3 monster. Discard a card, special summon your other level 3 monster, which is Predaplant Darlintonia Cobra, which is a level 3 dark plant monster with 1000 attack, 1500 defense, which has the effect that if this card is special summoned by the effect of Predaplant monster, you can add 1 polymerization spell card or fusion spell card from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Predaplant Darlintonia Cobra once per duel. Per duel, eh? Which means that the whole duel, you only get to use that effect once, because the ability to search fusion or polymerization spells is kind of strong. And we have a lot of those things to search pretty much for different reasons. But we'll continue our hunt before we go to the other cards. So we have Speedroid Terratop. We already went through that. So we have Danger Jackalope next, which is a level 3 dark bee monster. Next up we have Danger Jackalope, which is a level 3 dark beast monster with 500 attack, 202. Next up we have Danger Jackalope, which is a level 3 dark beast monster with 500 attack, 2000 defense, which has the effect that you can reveal this card in your hand. Your opponent randomly chooses 1 card from your entire hand, then you discard the chosen card. Then if the discarded card was not Danger Jackalope, special summon 1 Danger Jackalope from your hand, and if you do, draw 1 card. Then, if this card is discarded, you can special summon 1 Danger monster from your deck in defense position, except Danger Jackalope. You can only use this effect of Danger Jackalope once per turn. So it's a free level 3 no matter what. Amazing. Anyways, we have King of the Swamp, which is a level 3 water aqua monster with 500 attack and 1100 defense. That has the effect that if this card is in your hand, field, or graveyard, it can be used as substitute for any 1 fusion material whose name is mentioned on the fusion monster card, but the other material must be correct. You can discard this card to the graveyard, add 1 polymerization from your deck to your hand. So it's a level 3 body. It can discard itself to add a polymerization, which is pretty strong. And we're about to get into the spell card soon. It'll be nice. I already talked about Ghost Over Snow Ray. Next up we have this new card. So I do run with TCG, OCG new cards and all that because I'm in a rush. I'm in a rush, that's why. Next up we have Psychic Processor, which is a dark psychic level 3 monster with 0 attack, 1500 defense. That has the effect that you can banish this card you control, special summon up to 2 machine, psychic, or cyberse monsters from your hand, and they can attack directly this turn. During the standby phase of the next turn after this card was banished, you can add this banished card to your hand. You can only use each effect of Psychic Processor once per turn. So my plan was to use Emergency Teleport to summon him, and when he summoned, he banishes himself to summon any of my guys, which are some of them are psychic. The Terratop Speedroids are machines, and they all come back if I go Materiactor, so that was my plan. Then I can use Gold Sarcophagus, which we already know what it does, to banish it, and then it brings itself back during the standby phase, so that's not bad. Next up we have the spell cards. I already talked about Unexpected Die. Next up is Instant Fusion, which is a normal spell card with the effect to pay 1000 life points, special summon 1 level 5 or lower fusion monster from your extra deck, but it cannot attack. Also, it is destroyed during the end phase. This is treated as a fusion summon. You can only activate 1 instant fusion per turn. So this card cheats out a fusion monster, purple card, cheats out a purple card, so that's pretty strong. We can cheat out either Munin, the Runic Wings, or Fusionist, so that's nice. Basically, it's a level 3 body. Next up, we have Fusion Conscription. We're getting into weird cards now that you won't see often because I just went quirky, I guess. Which is a normal spell card with the effect to reveal one fusion monster in your extra deck and add one of the fusion materials whose name is specifically listed on that card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And if you do, for the rest of the turn, after this card resolves, you cannot normal summon /set or special summon monsters with the added monster's name. Also, your monsters with that name cannot activate their effects. You can only activate one fusion conscription per turn. Now, my plan with this card, which can be searched off of Darlantonia Cobra, which is summoned by Predaplant or for Scorpio, because they use... When Darlantonia Cobra is summoned off of a Predaplant, I can add Polymerization, Fusion Conscription, Fusion Armament, Ready Fusion, anything with Fusion or Polymerization in its name. That's a spell card, I guess. Next up, we have Polymerization, which is a normal spell card with the effect that fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion materials. That's pretty good. It's just a fusion summon. That's how you make it to your purple cards in the extra deck. I know last episode we talked about Gate Guardian and they have a different fusion mechanic, which basically, you know, gets rid of the cards, banishes them, and they summon themselves for free, where you don't need polymerization. Where the certain fusions we have now require polymerization, or require a way to fusion summon them, or you won't be able to access them. That's how fusion summoning is, normally. Next up, we have Triple Tactics Talents, which is a normal spell card that has the effect that, if your opponent has activated a monster effect during your main phase this turn, activate one of these effects. Draw 2 cards, take control of one monster your opponent controls to the end phase, or look at your opponent's hand and choose one card from it and shuffle into the deck. You can only activate one Triple Tactics Talents per turn. That is a super strong card, right? Pot of Greed's draw 2 cards. Change of Heart is take control of a monster till the end phase. Think Forceful Sentry looks your opponent's hands and takes a card and shovels into the deck. And it's on a spell card, so that's insane. Could do either one of these effects. Only downside, it requires your opponent to activate a monster effect during your main phase this turn. Which is kind of why it's like hand traps. You know, like if I were to hand trap my opponent, Triple Tactics Talents would be live. Something like that. Or you can force it by using the Ken and Gen engine because these are mandatory effects. When special summon your opponent's side of the field, that means your opponent activates the effect because it's mandatory. And then that would make our Triple Tactics Talents live. And they search, next up we have Reinforcement of the Army, which is a normal spell card to add a level 4 or lower warrior monster from your deck to your hand. Ken and Gen are level 4 or lower warrior monsters, so that's good. Oh, also for Polymerization, King of the Swamp discards itself to add Polymerization, so that's interesting. Any other things that I find interesting yet? Okay, no, we're good. Triple Tactics Thrust is the next card on our list, which is a normal spell card with the effect that, if your opponent has activated a monster effect during this turn, set one normal spell trap directly from your deck, except Triple Tactics Thrust. Or if your opponent controls a monster, you can add it to your hand instead. That set card cannot be activated this turn. You can only activate one Triple Tactics Thrust per turn. So unlike Triple Tactics Talent, which requires a monster effect to be activated during your main phase, Thrust just says if your opponent has activated a monster effect this turn, you can activate the effect. If your opponent does not control a monster, you set the card and you can't use it because it's set, and the set, they specifically state that the set card cannot be activated this turn. But if they have a monster, you add it right to your hand. So this card adds any spell or trap from your deck to your hand if your opponent controls a monster and they have activated a monster effect this turn, which is honestly insane. It is insane that this card is real. This is going to be one of your staple cards. Triple Tactics Talents, Triple Tactics Thrust, staple cards, I'm be honest with you. Next up, we have Fusion Armament, which can be searched off of Predaplant or for Scorpio after it summons Darlantonia Cobra and uses this effect. Alright, Fusion Armament, which is a normal spell card with the effect to reveal one fusion monster in your extra deck and special summon one of the fusion materials whose name is mentioned on that monster from your extra deck or graveyard. But until the end of your opponent's turn, it cannot attack, and its effects, if any, are negated. You can only activate one Fusion Armament per turn. That's kind of insane. You remember cheating cards from the extra deck? Like instant fusion? That's limited. Being able to cheat cards from your extra deck is pretty dang strong. The downside for this is that it requires you to use one of your slots to have a monster, and then have a monster whose name is mentioned on there. Then when it special summons itself from the extra deck, the effects cannot be used and it cannot attack. So that's kind of your downside, but then if that thing survives, that's a free extra deck monster. I remember I talked about improperly summoning, but I think I cut that out, but don't worry about it, not yet. Next up, we have Ready Fusion, which is a normal spell card with the effect to pay 1,000 life points, special summon one level 6 or lower non-effect fusion monster from your extra deck, but it cannot attack, also destroyed during the end phase. This is treated as a fusion summon. You can only activate one Ready Fusion per turn. So Ready Fusion is strong in its own right, mainly because it cheats a card from the extra deck. It's free level 3 monsters without any of the commitment. We want level 3 monsters on the field, and I mean a lot of them. And it helps us to have cards that can put level 3 monsters on the field for Materiactor Dragon without having to use our normal summon. So that's nice. Because normally our normal summon would probably be for Gen the Diamond Tiger, Ken the Dragon Warrior, or Predaplant Orpheus Scorpio, which is what we want our normal summons to be on and nothing else. So any more ability to get level 3 monsters on the field is just a plus. Next up, we have cards that can be summoned off of Fusion Armament, like Naturia Barkion, because Naturia Exterio mentions Naturia Barkion, and Naturia Beast, because Naturia Exterio mentions Naturia Beast. It's so funny. But I guess I'll get into the cards in the extra deck now. We'll explain them. They may not work, to be honest, because I just whipped this up, but maybe they will. We're gonna go over all these. This may be a lightning round, it may not. So let's just cook through it. Naturia Exterio is first on our list, which is a level 10 Earth Beast Fusion monster with 2800 attack, 2400 defense. That requires Naturia Beast and Naturia Barkion as fusion material. A fusion summon of this card can only be done with the above fusion materials. When a spell trap card is activated, quick effect, you can banish one card from your graveyard, then send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. This card must be face up on the field to activate and resolve this effect. This card's broken. This card's literally one of the most busted cards in the game. This is a floodgate, but hear me out. Its requirements are pretty steep. So this fusion monster requires 2 synchro monsters that have very specific synchro requirements. And remember, this card, the fusion summon of this card can only be done with the above fusion materials, which means monsters that have the ability to substitute themselves, like King of the Swamp, which can be used as substitute for a fusion material, does not work to summon this guy, because they have the clause where it says a fusion summon of this card must be done with the fusion materials. So keep that in mind. Super strong card. Maybe we can cheap it out, I don't know how. Next up, we have Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, which is a level 8 Dark Spellcaster fusion monster with 3000 attack, 2500 defense, which requires Dark Magician and Red Eyes Black Dragon or a Dragon Effect monster. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. Neither player can target this card with card effects. During your main phase, you can destroy one monster your opponent controls, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. You can only use this effect of a number of times per turn up to the number of normal monsters used as fusion material for this card. Once per turn, when a card effect is activated, quick effect, you can discard one card, negate the activation, destroy, and if you do, destroy that card, and if you do that, this card gains 1000 attack. We like to call these cards tower monsters because they're kind of unstoppable. You kind of can't out them very easy. Cards that target to destroy, well, can't target this card. Cards that want to destroy, well, you can't destroy this card by card effects. This card has already 3000 attack, and if you negate a card with it, it gains 1000. So good luck trying to beat this card. I mean, oh, the plan. We have a plan to get this guy out too. It is a very bad plan, I'll be honest. It's a bad plan, but it's a funny plan nonetheless. Next up we have Fusionist, which is a level 3 Earth Beast fusion monster that has 900 attack, 700 defense, which just requires Petite Angel and Mystical Sheep number 2. It's a non-effect fusion for Ready Fusion. It requires Mystical Sheep number 2, which is this guy, normal monster, and Petite Angel, but we don't have Petite Angel. We can search Mystical Sheep number 2 using Fusion Conscription by revealing Fusionist. It's not that important, it's just free level 3. That helps us a little bit more. Next up we have Munin, the Runic Wings. I'll be honest, the crazy part, even though this guy can be summoned off of instant fusion, and it's level 3, which is amazing, it also has a pretty decent in-phase effect. But Munin, the Runic Wings, is a level 3 light fairy fusion monster with 0 attack, 2000 defense, which requires 2 runic monsters. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, you can discard one card, add a runic continuous spell from your deck to your hand. And when your opponent activates a card effect that targets a runic card you control, or a set card you control, you can banish this card you control, negate that activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Once per turn during the end phase, gain 1000 life points. So it can be a free level 3 off of instant fusion. It can negate and destroy any card that would target a set card we want. It can also just get us 1000 life points during the end phase. It's good. It's good. Next up we have Naturia Barkion, which we would use Toon Warrior and Mystical Sheep to summon, or we can use Fusion Armament, revealing Naturia Exterio to summon this guy. But anyway, Materiactor is a level 6 Earth Dragon Synchro monster with 2500 attack, 1800 defense, which requires an Earth Tuner plus 1+ non-tuner Earth monsters. That's a pretty steep requirement. When trap card is activated, quick effect, you can banish 2 cards from your graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. This card must be face up on the field to activate and resolve this effect. Now, Synchro Summoning. I'm honestly explaining Synchro Summoning. I will explain this as simply as possible. Toon Warrior has the card text tuner in it, meaning it's a tuner. Synchro monsters require tuners and non-tuners to summon themselves. It's like math. If you have a level 6 Synchro that requires a tuner and a non-tuner, and you have a level 3 monster that's a tuner and a level 3 monster that's a non-tuner, 3 + 3 = 6, and boom, that's Materiactor on the field. And then sometimes we have even more strict requirements where, oh, it's a tuner and a non-tuner, but they have to be Earth now. So then this is level 6, this is a level 3, this is level 3, that would make a 6, but it requires a tuner. This is an Earth tuner, great, and it's level 3, that's amazing. And you're the non-tuner, perfect. Oh, what else? You're also an Earth? You fulfill all the requirements of Materiactor? You summon that Synchro monster. Good job. That's the goal. And just like that, I explained Synchro Summoning, almost. Next up, we have Muddy Mud Dragon, which is a level 6 Dart Dragon Synchro monster with 500 attack, 2200 defense. Requires a tuner, plus 1+ non-tuner monsters. This card can be used as a substitute for any one fusion material whose name is specifically listed on the fusion monster card, but the other fusion materials must be correct. During your main phase, if you control this Synchro Summon card, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control as fusion material, including this card. You can only use this effect of Muddy Mud Dragon once per turn. Now, this guy, you can fusion summon using him, and he can be used as a substitute for Dragoon, specifically Dragoon. Dragoon requires Dark Magician, you know, the Red Eyes Black Dragon or a Dragon Effect monster. Muddy Mud Dragon can fulfill the condition of being Dark Magician, and then all I would need after that is a singular dragon monster on my field, which I would probably use Materiactor Gigadra, or I would just use Gigadra to be honest, that's the only dragon I got. Or if I'm feeling quirky, I can use Gigaboros. So, I may have to implement more dragon monsters or this combo won't work. Don't worry about it. Anyways, we have Naturia Beast, which can be summoned off a Fusion Armament. That's the main goal. I don't have a means to summon this guy normally. It is a level 5 Earth Beast Synchro monster with 2200 attack, 1700 defense that requires one Earth Tuner monster plus 1+ non-tuner Earth monsters. When a spell card is activated, quick effect, you can send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. This card must be face up on the field to activate and resolve this effect. It's a spell negate that mills cards. Milling means sending cards from deck to grave, kinda like excavating, milling, like a mill. Next up we have XYZ monsters. I'm gonna go in reverse order. You know Gigaboros. Next up we have number 3 Cicada King, which is a level 3 Wind Xyz monster. Oh, my bad. Which is a rank 3 Wind Xyz monster with 1200 attack, 2500 defense. Requires 2 level 3 monsters. Then, if the battle position of this card is changed, you can special summon one inset monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position. When a monster on the field activates effect, you can detach one material from this card, then target that monster, negate its effects, then make one inset monster on the field either gain 500 attack or defense, or change its battle position. You can only use each effect of this number 3 Cicada King once per turn. We don't really have insect monsters like that, but what we do have is a plan. Only requiring 2 level 3 monsters, we overlay, which is basically you get 2 level 3s, you stack them, and then you slap the Xyz monster on top. And they, you know, the materials don't go to the graveyard because they're materials, and then they use detaching materials. I'll explain it when we get in the situation. You're learning how to Xyz summon and synchro summon, so that's nice. Basically, when a monster on the field activates effect, this guy's importance is that he can detach a material, target the monster, and negate its effects. That's all you need to know. Next up, we have this guy. Hopefully I can summon him, he's pretty fun. Ashura King, which is a rank 3 Earth Warrior Xyz monster with 2100 attack, 0 defense, which requires 3+ level 3 monsters. When they have the plus, that means they could require 3 or more. So you can have 3 as a minimum under there, or you can have 4, 5, or 6 level 3 monsters. I don't know how you're getting the 6th one. While this card's material, it can attack a number of times each battle phase, up to the number of materials attached to it. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles, it gains 200 attack. When another monster effect is activated, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. that card. You can only use this effect of Assure King once per turn. So this guy can negate monster effects by detaching material. You have 3 material underneath, 3 or more. So every single turn, he can do that negate, which is amazing. He can attack a bunch of times. He can gain attack. Pretty strong card. Next up we have Leviair, the Sea Dragon, which is a rank 3 Wind Aqua monster with 1800 attack, 1600 defense, which requires 2 level 3 monsters, which has a simple effect too. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 banished level 4 or lower monster. Special summon that target to your field. That's all, it's pretty simple. So what if Gold Sarcophagus banishes Psychic Processor? And I have Leviair on the field. I can detach a material from Leviair, target Psychic Processor, and bring it back. Then I can use this effect again to banish itself to summon even more level 3 monsters I may want to use. So that's pretty strong. Now we're gonna get into the cool part. So welcome to Downer Magician, which it'll make sense later. Which is a rank 4 Dark Spellcaster monster with 2100 attack, 200 defense, which requires 2 level 4 Spellcaster monsters. And then here's the interesting part. During your main phase 2, you can also XZ summon this card by using a rank 3 or lower monster you control as material. Transfer its material to this card. This card gains 200 attack for each material attached to it. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict a piercing battle damage. If this card battles after damage calculation, detach 1 material from this card. So during your main phase 2, you can also XZ summon it using a rank 3 or lower XZ monster. Main phase 2. Well, the goal is coming up now. So we have Divine Arsenal AA Zeus Sky Thunder, which is a rank 12 light machine monster with 3000 attack, 3000 defense that requires 2 level 12 monsters. We're like, no, how are we summoning this guy? Well, once per turn, if an XZ monster battled this turn, you can also XZ summon Divine Arsenal AA Zeus Sky Thunder by using 1 XZ monster you control as material. Transfer its material to this card. Quick effect. You can detach 2 materials from this card. Send all other cards from the field to the graveyard. Insane. Once per turn, if another card you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can attach 1 card from your hand, deck, or extra deck to this card as material. That is nuts. That is a bonkers effect. That is bonkers. So the plan is, when it's your turn and you need to beat over, like, stop your opponent, you rank up into an XZ monster if you want. You battle and hope it survives. After you hope it survives, then what you can do on main phase 2, you can XZ summon Downer Magician because it's main phase 2. Then you can XZ summon into Divine Arsenal AA Zeus because an XZ monster battled. And that's pretty much the goal. Super fun, super strong, I like the idea. I do want to make use of Materiactor Annulis to set a card, detach material from a monster I control, then if it was sent to my graveyard, set it to my field. I kind of want to see if I can, like, I wonder what would help me use that card to, like, a cool extent. I don't know. I'm not sure. I do want to use that card. Last but not least, we have SP Little Knight, which we explained last episode, and we have Link Spider, which is a Link 1 Earth Cyberse monster with a down point arrow with 1000 attack. It requires 1 normal monster, then once per turn, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower normal monster from your hand to your zone this card points to. That's it. So yeah, that's all it does. If I find this guy and I have another normal monster in my graveyard, well, I'm in my hand, I can link summon into Link Spider, special summon another guy, and call it a fine afternoon. And that's all the explanations you need. Let's try a test hand and hope it works. I'm gonna be honest, I made this whole deck list or whatever, but I did not test any of it out because we're gonna test it right now. We're gonna see what to improve on, then we're gonna look at possible deck lists on YGO Pro Deck. Then we're gonna go on possible deck lists on YGO Pro Deck and just see if we're able to make it work. So let's see what we got. Unexpected dice is if you control no monsters. Dang it. So technically we can go Speedroid Terratop here and then get Takata on board. Or we can go Unexpected Die. The issue is that both of them require me to control no monsters. Technically, if I go Unexpected Die, then that means, eesh, we're in a bad spot right now. It's like, would you want a free XZs or do you want to have to normal summon, you know? It's unfortunate. We'll just go, we gotta go on the Terratop effect. Search Takata on board here. because that's all we can do for now. And then we'll special summon Takata on board. Then, oh, so if it goes to my graveyard, I can set it to my field, huh? If it goes to my graveyard, I can set it to my field. I don't think I have a good play at this moment, which really sucks. I really don't have a good play. The die, unexpected die, did not work very well for me. What I could do though, I can normal summon King of the Swamp. Adding a guy to my hand's probably not that important, so I can just go with Shuriken here. The power of Materiactors, eh? We can go Anulus. We can get a guy. We can detach King of the Swamp if we want. And then we can set King of the Swamp. It's so goofy. That's so funny. We can set King of the Swamp. It almost makes you want to see if you like... Does Flip Monsters? Is Flip Monsters the goal of this deck? Because if that was Jar of Greed, I'm not sure. So, you got this guy does nothing, this guy does nothing. We have Toon Warrior. This makes Muddy Mud? Oh, Toon Warrior is a tuner after all. So I could go into Muddy Mud there. But yeah, that's the first hand. We're gonna reset now, see what happens. We're gonna see what the hands look like. That's the goal, we gotta see what the hands look like. So, we've opened Terratop and the one Takaton board, which kinda sucks. Because Terratop cannot add Terratop. We have Gigadra, which isn't bad. And we also have Ken, which means it can go to Gen. But we kind of want Gen so that we can summon Ken on our opponent's side to draw a card. Because, oh man. So what we can start off with is just Terratop, right? We can go Terratop. We can go Takaton board if we want. We can go... Dang, is it Gigadra or Ken here? Ken for Gen. I think it's Gigadra. We can go Gigadra. We can discard Ken. After discarding Ken, we can special summon... What's on our field? We do not have anything. We can summon Chosen, I guess. That's all we got for now. Dang. Well, yeah, we can go Gigadra here, but I don't know. It's fun, you can attach a Materiactor from this. So you can detach Materiactor and then attach the second Materiactor. That's goofy. And then we can just... We're stuck with Cicada King after this, actually. So we got Gigaboros and Cicada King here. That's this inboard. And then if we want, we can go Gigaboros. We can detach Gigadra. Oh, no, it adds it to our hand. That's kind of funny. Huh. Let's reset one more time. I'm kind of unsure right now. I went through so much explaining, but the hand is not... I mean, this is Materiactor. It's a unfinished deck, I do agree. But it's the concept of just trying it out, you know? We got Chosen and Mystical Sheep here. We always start off with Terratop because, you know, Terratop. We add Takaton board here. We can special summon Takaton board. Technically, if we normal summon Ghost Ogre, we do get it back. We have Mystical Sheep. If we can find a way to a tuner though, that's my thing. If we can get Mystical Sheep plus a tuner on field, that would be nice. Am I really brick? Is the deck brick so hard that we're gonna have to run like First the Dragons? Wait a minute. Because this deck has a bricking issue. I mean, this is very much to be expected. This deck is this is just what I've tried, right? Let's test out another hand. Materiactor. I just wish there's more support, man. But it's fine. It's cool. Alright, look at this hand. Oh, dang, we keep opening Ken. Is Gen? We have two Gen. But we keep opening Ken. So this guy summons Psychics and Machines. We have Gigadra. All these normal summons I'm not a fan of right now. So what I do know, we can go Psychic Processor. Psychic Processor effect. Special summon Chosen. Oh, I forgot that's a dragon. Eesh. Oh, we gotta reset again, man. Materiactors. I never said that it may... Well, I did say it may be good, right? But I knew going into this that with a 3-card archetype, I was not going to get too lucky here. This is a 3-card archetype. I mean, I had a feeling I wasn't going to be the luckiest with how it turned out. And there are far better archetypes that are level 3 monsters, but I did want to see. That's all. What if we go Gen? We can go Gen if we want. We can then go again to summon Ken. Ken is a mandatory effect. We draw 2 cards and discard 1. To be honest, we don't need Ultra Polymerization at this moment. We can go... I will set Reinforcement here. We can go Danger Jackalope. It discarded itself, that kind of sucks. We can go Jackalope effect to summon Tsuchinoko. We can then... Kinda wish you had like hand traps maybe. Because all I'm seeing right now, this is going to make the largest Ashura King you've ever seen. But I really want to mess with Materiactor Gigaboros here. At least I can attach a card on my end phase. So what if I Gigaboros? If I go Gigaboros to detach, we activate the effect, we'll detach Terratop to attach Gigadra. On our opponent's turn, we get back that guy. We can then go Cicada King here, maybe? Like, this is normally our end boards right now. So, with what we did learn a lot of cards, right? But you can tell that we may get cooked running a couple of these games, is all I'm gonna say. We can add Takatombor bat to hand, but we don't control a win. Well, we do control Cicada King actually, so. Also, Psychic Processor summons both Takatombor and Terratop. We can actually go Reinforcement the Armament here just to grab Toon Warrior if we want. Or we can grab Gen, because Gen summons Ken. We can go Psychic Processor here. Banish itself. We can summon ourselves Takatombor, Terratop. Boom. I could also summon Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit because Takatombor would have summoned itself already. Gigaboros can detach Gigadra to add Gigadrabat to... I mean, Levianeer technically... Levianeer can detach Terratop to summon back Psychic Processor, which is interesting. This is super interesting, man. I'm really liking this. I'm just like... I don't know how to feel about it, that's all. I really don't know how to feel about it. Alright, what we're gonna do... I'm going to run 3 games using this deck. Then we're gonna see if we can find a better version. And let's see what happens. Maybe we'll get lucky. So we're gonna run 3 games with the Materiactor deck in this stage. And then we'll try out a different version of it, so... Oh. We'll run some Materiactor, 3 games in, let's see. PF30, let's see what happens, man. Good job, GG's, good luck. I may get cooked. The inboards are nothing special. I open Darlintonia Cobra, which you do not want in hand. He activates Dimension Shifter, my cards are always getting banished. He goes Pressure Planet Wraithsoth, he's playing Kashtira, we're going to get folded right now. Because this deck does not have the facilities to, we're gonna lose. That's all I'm gonna say. We're going to get kushked. He already has birth. He searched Theosis because he already had birth. That's so amazing. He's going to use Kashtira Theosis to summon Fenrir. He's going to go Fenrir to add. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit will not work because it has to send itself to the graveyard to destroy it. Wait, he's not setting passing it. No, he go Rise Heart? Okay. I don't know why he set a card immediately. Alright, he goes Shangri-La, he goes Rise Heart here to banish 3 off, banish 1 to banish 3 of ours. He got our Gen, Toon Warrior, and Triple Tap 6 Thrust, which kinda sucks. We're not really particularly ready to deal with this, so we will not be winning this game, but... Oh, also our graveyard's locked. He can rip a card out of our extra deck, not like we have anything good. He can go into another Xyz here. He goes into a second Shangri-La, because during the standby phase, he gets to summon Kashtiras from his deck. He had another Fenrir, he used the additional normal summon off of Kashtira Birth. I guess we just go E-Telly here, man. We'll go E-Telly. We can summon Psychic Processor, to be honest. We'll summon Ghost Ogre, just to show him that Why do we summon the one from hand? I'm not sure, I'm be honest with you. I did not mean to do that. I meant to use the one from deck. He has Unicorn and Fenrir. Cash tier Ratesoth is going to pop one of our cards. And since Dimensional Fissure is still alive. Ah, what I could have done. Oh man. I forgot. He didn't have whatever it's called on field, so I could have went Psychic Processor there instead. Cause then during the standby phase, the next standby phase would have brought itself back. So we can go Ken here, right? Then we can special summon Wielder. Then we can go into, let's see. That guy's defense position, we can just, yeah, we can just go crazy, I guess. We can go Cicada King, I think. Cicada King sounds like a good idea. We can go Cicada King. If that card's not Imperm, I think we actually got this. So we're going to go Cicada King. We are going to attack one of the Shangri-Las. We're going to take damage. But since it's in defense position on main phase 2, we can go Downer Magician. Then we can make Zeus. Then we can just kind of just wipe it. We're going to wipe the board here. Wipe it clean. We can detach Cicada King and Downer Magician here. They don't have any responses, so we wipe their board clean. And all that they worked so hard for is gone. What was that trap card? What the heck? This man was playing Cash tier of Mutants? That's insane. That is a guy and a half. So, he's on one card right now. He sets a card. Oh, he activates Emergency Teleport? Okay. Emergency Teleport summons what? Oh, the Mutants! He's playing Mutant Cash Tira. This card is supposed to add a mutant monster from your deck to your hand. Yeah, go for it, man. You can tribute this card, then banish one card from your hand or face the field or graveyard. Wait, what did he add? I wasn't paying attention. Dang it. He goes ST46 here. Because he adds a mutant spell trap from deck to hand. That's super nice. Go for it. He adds Evolution Lab. He's going to tribute to do a negate to monster. No, he can't. Because he has to banish a card from his hand or face up field. So unless he's tributing and banishing his ST46, then he's doing that, okay. He's going to summon Mutant Beast, which I think is the monster negate. No, it's a spell negate, okay. Okay, I mean, go off, I guess. He can't use field spell just yet unless he tries to, he can't threaten Zeus right now. What? He goes into Typhon. Typhon effect to return my card back to the extra deck. I see what you did there. Because I special summoned more than once, I probably should have got rid of that, but he wanted Evolution Lab to go through, so that's why he did that. In phase, my turn. What we can do, we have Gen the Diamond Tiger, we have Emergency Teleport, they have Typhon still on field. What we can do here, we can go E-Telly, Emergency Teleport to summon... It's not Psychic Processor yet, it's gotta be like Ghost Ogre again. Or Chosen. I think we summon Ghost Ogre here. On the off chance, right? We summon Ghost Ogre, we normal summon Gen. We can activate Gen to summon Ken. We summon Ken to our... Oh man, if only I had Geonated Transverse, I could have transversed. Ken effect is going to make us draw 2 and discard 1. We draw 2. I think I'm going to discard Tonya Cobra here. Next up, what we could do here... Let's check our graveyard real quick. Ooh, so Levier is actually really strong in the situation, I think. Because... No, because that requires him to discard a card, right? I wonder what would work in this situation. Gigadra? Levier? Gigadra or Levier? We can go into Levier. Let's see what happens, man. We're all experimenting right now. We go Levier. Let's go Levier. We can detach again here. We can special summon Rise Heart. That's so funny. Let's see. What is a special summon here? That's level 4. We can only summon Ghost Ogre off of that, which really sucks. So we got Ghost Ogre to pop one of their cards, potentially. And then we can just go SP Knight, to be honest. If we hit the guy and go SP Little Knight, that may be what we do here. So we're gonna go Battle Phase. We're gonna attack. Bring our guy back. We don't have another Zeus to go off of. Oh, we have Zeus, okay. Because he spun it back to the extra deck. Then we can go SP Little Knight. Because I think that is the proper play here. So, SP Little Knight effect. We can banish the field spell, I think, is what matters, the field spell. Or maybe it's Typhon. I think it's Typhon here. Typhon's dangerous, we gotta get rid of Typhon. Opponent has an effect. Does not resolve, nice. SP Little Knight's good. He had another emergency teleport, that man is that is diabolical, I tell you. He goes the mutant, alright. Let him cook. I can't do nothing about that. I will put chaining towards manual because whatever he adds a spell. He activates the field spell again. We can just SP Little Knight targeting the this guy and targeting this guy. I know he can special summon low for lower immune monster from hand. Oh, wait, what? Oh. Boo. I wasn't paying attention. I think we're about to take some damage here. Mutant Mist, which is a trap card negate. We're currently losing life points here. What I can say, if we can somehow get a grip on the situation, we should be fine. I think our Talk Tom board's banished, isn't it? No. We check the graveyard, we're Gucci. We check the graveyard and the banner zone, we are Gucci in both departments. We can normal summon Terratop, activate its effect to search Taka Tom board. We can special summon Taka Tom board. Then we can... Oh, wait, we can cook even harder. Instead of going Gigadra... Oh, we already normal summoned, that's why. King of the Swamp is not what we can do anything with, which kinda hurts. We can only make Gigadra off of this and hope we can beat over Mutant ST46 here. We make Gigadra, which has exactly 1500 attack. We don't have any good discards off of that. We can go Battle Phase here. We can attack Mutant ST46 here. I don't have any other good attack. We can put our opponent on Gotta Have It right now. Because sometimes you just gotta have it. We can go Zeus. We'll Xyz summon. We'll make Zeus. And... we can just hold now. I'm gonna hold in hopes that nothing bad happens. I'm putting it on manual just to be safe. I'm holding the SP because I don't want to Zeus immediately because this could help a lot. End of main. He wants to attack SP Little Knight. That's his goal. Oh man. I know, he wants to attack SP Little Knight. Alright, there we go. I'll use Zeus effect. We'll detach Taka Tom board and Terratop. There you go. I use Arsenal Zeus. He sets a card. He passes. Holy crap, that's Orpheus Scorpio. We don't have Darlantonia Cobra, don't we? We do not. Darlantonia Cobra got banished, I think. Or is it in our graveyard? Where is it? Yeah, Darlantonia Cobra is in our graveyard. Orpheus Scorpio cannot summon a second Scorpio, which kinda sucks. What we can do here... we don't have to get it in for as much damage as possible. Ah man, I don't have a means to like do anything good here. Should I go in for like extra damage? I could die if that happens. But we gotta get some on the field. We're gonna summon Orpheus Scorpio here. Opponent does have an effect. Technically, if that's an evenly matched, he should have held it in hand. Mutant Cry, the trap card. Fuse summon a fusion monster from Archetype by shuffling materials from among your field, graveyard, or face up banished. That is a very strong card. I don't think I'm going to live through this one then. He makes Mutant Cynicism. This card fusion summon, target a card, destroy it. He destroys Zeus. And now, I don't think I win anymore. Yeah, that was a really good card, man. I'll take my L. I'll take my L. Good GG's, man. GG's. He got me good. So that was our first game. That was good. That was good on his part. Time for round 2. I like that game. That was a good game. Actually, I'm just gonna give it 2 games here, and then we're gonna play with the actual, if there's any other Materiactor deck they want to run. So let's see what Tomorrow Star's playing. We had a very good game there. Maybe I wanted to run Transverser instead, because he put Typhon in the Transverser zone. So let's just see. Oh, we got Aver, huh? It's my turn. Polymerization, Ultra Poly. We can go Gen here. We can go Gen effect. Summon Ken on their side. Mandatory draw 2, discard 1. We can discard Chosen, I think. We can special summon Psychic Tracker here. What we could do after that is, let's see. Can I make a wind all of a sudden? There is Leviair, actually. Huh, I could go Giga Boros to Gigadra. We'll go Instant Fusion here. We can get Munin on the field. Alright. Instant Fusion, Munin's on the field. We can make a Shuriken, actually. I think a Shuriken's goated, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I can't say no to a Shuriken, right? But what if I get follow-up instead? No, it's a Shuriken here. Alright. We're gonna plop down in a Shuriken. And we're gonna pass. That's the inboard. That is the inboard right now. A Shuriken pass. I'm sorry for the lack of Materiactors here. We just didn't open any Materiactors. Maybe the fusion spell part using the Orpheus Scorpio was being a little too hopeful. I'm not sure. Maybe that's my undoing. I don't know. He goes Foolish Barrel. Let's see what deck he's playing. Maybe Tier, maybe Branded, maybe both. He's playing Predaplant. Bro, is this Preda branded? Is this Preda branded? That's not worth it. Is this Preda branded? I gotta ask him. Is this Preda branded? Because that's my favorite deck. I have this crazy Predaplant list, man. I love Predaplants, I'm be honest with you. That's one of my top favorite decks. Predaplants, Adignisters, and it's Predaplant at wait, this man runs 2? That's odd. I don't know why he runs 2. I only run 1 of each. Oh wait, wait, no Darlantonia Cobra? What is my man on right now? He's not going Darlantonia Cobra here. Interesting. Sure, use the effect, I don't mind. That's so odd. Wait, he can chain block. If he has Triantis in his hand, he can chain block right now. If he summons Bufolicula. Ambulo Melodies. He can chain block, but he did not have Triantis, so I can detach and negate. Sorry, Ambulo Melodies is like +5. Can't have that. He already normal summoned what's it called? Not Darlantonia Cobra. He already normal summoned Orpheus Scorpio here, so he has no more normal summon. We're Gucci. He sets 3 pass. One of them could be Predaplant and the other one could be Predaplanting. So I gotta be wary of that. Also, we could have Super Poly as well, so that's something scary to think about. Here's what we could do on our side. We can also normal summon Orpheus Scorpio effect. We're gonna send Tonka Tom board. He does have Imperm, possibly. Imperm, maybe. He does have Predaplanting. He's gonna make all of our monsters level 1, which hurts my strategy very much. We can go Darlantonia Cobra here. We can use Darwin Cobra's effect to add ourselves a poly or fusion. Bislis is going to add him a card. It shouldn't be too important what he adds. Wait, if he adds Sancreant, then he can dodge a direct attack. He adds Triantis. Does that mean he have the other guy in his hand, is what I'm thinking? We could go Fusion Armament. If we get 2, then we can, in our extra deck, we can make Cicada King and go for a Zeus play here. We could go for a Zeus play, or we can just go Fusion Armament and just hope that our Fusion guy lasts. I don't know. Let's go Fusion Armament. What's Fusions? We don't... What? Lost connection, that kind of blows, man. I was ready to have a fun game. Anyways, yeah, that's our deck for now. It's pretty dang fun, I'm gonna be honest with you. We haven't accessed like any part of our extra deck, I'm gonna be honest with you, but this is good. This is nice. For like a starters, just knowing level 3 monsters. We just went through all the level 3 monsters and just we discovered stuff. Next up, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to yjoprodead.com, which has a resource of net deck, please net deck, it's funny. We're gonna search Materiactor, if there's any deck lists on it, because I know some people like it. There's Materiactor Goblins. There's Materiactor, Fun Casual Master Duel decks. Let's go Fun Casual, let's see what. I see a whole lot of banned cards, what the heck. Not many deck lists on this deck, but I do like the concept of Materiactors. Okay, this deck is from a while ago, I'm not... how about this one? This deck isn't real either. We're not gonna talk about it. Alright, it's a Materiactor deck that uses the Goblin strategy. That's interesting. The Goblin Bikers are... Oh man, my issue is that the Goblin Bikers are good on their own. Materiactor does weaken the deck. The Armored Xyz is good support as an engine. Tour Guide is interesting. I do like the idea of Tour Guide. Because some of the Goblin Bikers are fiends, I think. I don't know if I want to run this though. Because it's Goblin Bikers, Armor Xyz line, and Materiactor just makes the deck... It weakens it, you know? It just... I don't think this is like... This would steer you in a bad direction. Like, I'm sorry, if I show this, you're better off just playing Goblin Bikers than the 3-card archetype. Because it's not even a good engine either, it forces you to play normal monster, so... Unfortunately, what I would have to do in this situation is decline this offer, and... Maybe on your own time you could show some deck lists or see if you can magically pull out some ultimate strategy that can make use of Materiactors, and that would be nice, so... yeah. That's the deck. This is the deck for now. Maybe I'll adjust it later or do something. Let me know what archetypes you want me to play, if any. Let me know if there's any way I can improve on this type of format style or like stuff like that. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. I'll see if I can make a new archetype or something goofy. And yeah, man. Kudos. Good chow. Good job.